Okay. So picture this. You're 10 years old. 10. You've got a printed piece of paper, 15 houses on your street, and exactly 0 backup plan. You knock on the first door. Your hands are literally shaking. You can barely feel your fingers, and when that door opens, you've got 5 seconds to convince a complete stranger to give you their hard-earned money for a product that doesn't even exist yet. No website, no Instagram, no fancy pitch deck. Just you, a Canva brochure you made at the library for 10 cents a page, and the audacity to think you can turn coffee mugs into a wholesale empire. That first person could laugh in your face. They could slam the door. They could call your mom and be like, "Come get your weird entrepreneurial child." But instead, they reach for their wallet, and then the next person, and the next person. And before you know it, you've got $150 in your backpack, you're panic calling your mom from a street corner, and coffee shop owners are literally asking you if they can carry your product. That's not a movie. That's not some made-up success story. That's my guest today, Sadie Ray, aka the Coffee Queen. And she's about to tell you exactly how she did it, step by step, so you can do it too. This is Tallie Talks. I'm Tallie Pennyworth, and you're about to learn how to turn a piece of paper into paper. Let's go.
She's got a mind, she's got a spark, lighting up dreams from dawn to dark. Tallie talks, yeah, she's the voice, asking the questions, making the choice. Young hustlers rising, stories to tell, big ideas where passions dwell. Pull up a chair, grab your seat, let's talk the hustle, let's feel the beat. Tallie talks, yeah, Tallie talks, turning whispers into walks, dreaming big, take the shot. This is the place where dreams get called. Tallie talks, oh, Tallie talks, ooh, yeah.
Hey, what's up, moneymakers? Welcome back to Tallie Talks, where we prove that you don't need a business degree to start stacking paper. I'm your host, Tallie Pennyworth, and today we've got a guest who literally walked door to door with a brochure and turned it into a coffee empire. My guest today is Sadie Ray, also known as the Coffee Queen. Sadie, welcome to the show.
Hey, Tallie! So pumped to be here!
Okay, so I gotta start with this. You started your business with a brochure. Not an app, not a website. An actual printed brochure. That's like old school hustler energy right there.
I know! But honestly, it was the smartest move. I didn't have money to buy a bunch of mugs and hope people wanted them. So I was like, what if I just show people what they could buy, take their money first, and then order everything?
Hold on. You invented pre-orders before you even knew what pre-orders were. Sadie, that's what tech companies do with products that don't exist yet. They call it validating demand, and you just did it with a piece of paper.
I mean, I just called it not losing my allowance money, but yeah.
Okay, walk me through the origin story. How did you even think of selling mugs?
So, my school was doing this fundraiser where we had to sell wrapping paper and candles and stuff. And I was like, nobody actually wants this stuff. They're just buying it to be nice.
Facts. I've seen so many sad candles sitting in people's houses that they'll never light.
Exactly. So I thought, what if I sold something people actually use every day? And my mom drinks coffee like it's her full-time job, so I was like, mugs!
Okay, I love this already. You saw a problem, boring fundraiser products, and you created a solution. That's entrepreneurship 101 right there.
Yeah. So I went on Canva and made this super simple brochure. It had pictures of mugs with different designs, funny quotes, cute animals, sports teams, whatever.
Wait, you made the brochure yourself on Canva?
Yeah, it took me like an hour. I just found a template and customized it. Put prices on there, my name, and said, orders delivered every Friday.
Every Friday, you gave yourself a deadline. That's accountability. Most adults can't even do that.
Well, I had to, because I was taking people's money up front, so I couldn't just disappear.
Okay, so you've got your brochure. What happened next? All right, moneymakers, quick break. But don't go anywhere because we're about to get into the good stuff. Real quick, if you're loving this episode, do me a favor. Take 2 seconds and share it with a friend who's always talking about making money. Send them the link, post it on your story, whatever. Because the more kids who hear this, the more kids who start building. And if you haven't already, Hit that follow button so you don't miss next week's episode. Trust me, the guest we've got coming up is insane. Also, we want to hear your story. If you've started a business, or you're thinking about it, or you've got questions, DM us on Instagram at Tallie Talks Podcast. Who knows? Maybe you'll be my next guest. All right, enough from me. Let's get back to the episode.
I printed like 50 of them at the library, 10 cents a page. Shout out to the public library.
The library is the real MVP for entrepreneurs on a budget.
For real. Then I went around my neighborhood, knocked on doors, and was like, hey, I'm selling custom mugs for $10. Want to see the designs?
And people just bought them?
Not everyone. Some people were like, no thanks, and closed the door. But enough people said yes that I got like 15 orders in 2 days.
15 orders. That's $150. You made more in 2 days than most kids make all summer.
I know. I was freaking out. I called my mom like, Mom, I have $150 in cash in my backpack. What do I do?
That's such a good problem to have, though. So you took the money, ordered the mugs. Where'd you even order them from?
There's these print-on-demand sites where you can upload designs and they print it on mugs, shirts, whatever. I found one that did bulk orders for cheap.
Print on demand. That's the key, people. You don't need a warehouse or inventory sitting in your garage. You order it after you get paid.
Exactly. So I ordered the mugs, they shipped them to my house, and every Friday I'd deliver them to people's doors.
You were like a coffee mug delivery service. That's amazing. When did you realize this could be bigger than just a neighborhood thing?
Okay, so after a few weeks, people started asking if I had coffee to go with the mugs. And I was like, that's actually a good idea.
They were literally telling you what to sell next. That's called market research, and you got it for free.
Right? So I found this local coffee roaster who sold beans in bulk. I bought a bunch, put them in little bags, and called it Mugster Mocha.
Mugster Mocha. That's branding. That's a whole vibe. Did you come up with that yourself?
Yeah. I was just playing with words and thought it sounded cool. Plus, it's memorable.
It is memorable. I'm going to be thinking about Mugster Mocha all day now. So now you're selling mugs and coffee. What happened next?
So I'm delivering orders every Friday, right? And one day I'm dropping off a mug at this lady's house and she's like, do you sell to coffee shops? And I'm like, I could?
I could? That's the answer. You didn't say no, you said maybe. I love that energy.
I mean, I didn't know if I could, but I wasn't going to say no. So she gives me the name of the coffee shop owner, and I went there the next week with samples.
Hold up. You just walked into a coffee shop with samples and pitched them? How old were you?
I was 10.
10? Sadie. Most 10-year-olds are playing Roblox, and you're out here doing wholesale deals.
I was nervous, though. My hands were shaking. But the owner was really nice. She tried the coffee, looked at the mugs, and was like, how much for 20 mugs?
She wanted 20? That's a wholesale order. Did you know your pricing?
Not really. I just did the math in my head real quick. I was selling them for $10 each to neighbors, so I told her $8 each if she bought 20 or more.
You gave her a bulk discount. That's sales strategy. You lowered the price but made more money overall because of volume.
Exactly. And she said yes. So I left with a $160 order.
That's insane. And this is where it turned into a real business, right?
Yeah. After that first coffee shop, I hit up 2 more. Both of them ordered. Then I started getting calls from other shops because word was spreading.
Word of mouth marketing. The best kind because it's free.
For real. So then I was like, okay, I need an actual brand. I can't just be that girl who sells mugs. So I created Little Mugsters.
Little Mugsters. I love that. It sounds like a whole company.
That was the goal. I made a logo, got stickers made, put them on all my packaging, made it look professional.
Branding matters so much. You can have the best product in the world, but if it looks cheap, people won't take you seriously.
Exactly. And now I'm in like 6 coffee shops, still doing neighborhood deliveries, and I'm saving up to open my own coffee shop one day.
Your own coffee shop. Sadie, you're like 12 and you're planning to own real estate. That's the dream.
I mean, it's gonna take a while, but I'm putting money aside every month. My parents set up a savings account for me and everything.
That's so smart. You're thinking long term. Most kids spend their money as soon as they get it, but you're building towards something big. All right, moneymakers, this is the part you've been waiting for. We just heard an incredible story, right? But here's the thing. That story doesn't help you unless you can actually use it. So right now, my guest and I are going to brainstorm business ideas that you can start. We're talking specific, actionable, I could literally do this tomorrow type ideas. No fluff, no theory, just real businesses you can build. Grab a notebook, open your notes app, whatever. You're going to want to write these down. Because by the end of this section, you're going to have at least 3 business ideas you could start this weekend. Let's brainstorm. All right, Sadie, let's do what we do every episode. We're going to brainstorm business ideas for the kids listening. You started with the fundraiser model, brochures, pre-orders, deliver every Friday. What else can kids sell that way?
Okay, so mugs worked for me, but honestly, you could do this with so many things. T-shirts.
T-shirts are huge. Custom designs, funny sayings, school spirit stuff, and the print-on-demand model works perfectly for that.
Exactly. You make a brochure with different designs, take orders, collect money up front, then order them from a print-on-demand site.
And T-shirts are something everyone needs. You can't have too many T-shirts.
Right! Or socks. Custom socks are really popular right now.
IES, funny socks, sports socks, holiday socks. People love quirky socks as gifts.
And they're cheap to produce. You can sell them for like $8 or $10 and still make good profit.
Okay, what else? What about blankets?
Oh, blankets are great. Especially like photo blankets or ones with custom designs. Those are perfect for grandparents.
Grandparents will buy anything with their grandkids' faces on it. That's a guaranteed market right there.
So true. Or hats, baseball caps, beanies, whatever.
Hats are smart because they're one size fits most. You don't have to worry about sizing like you do with shirts.
Exactly. And you can do embroidered designs, printed designs, all kinds of stuff.
Okay, I'm thinking about other things you can print on. Phone cases?
Oh, yes. Everyone has a phone. Everyone needs a case.
And kids love customizing their phones. You could do quotes, patterns, pictures, whatever.
Stickers, too. Custom stickers are cheap to make and people buy them in bulk.
Stickers are such an easy sell. Kids put them on laptops, water bottles, notebooks. You could sell packs of 5 for like $3.
Or tote bags. Those are really popular right now.
Tote bags are perfect because they're useful and eco-friendly. You can market them as reusable shopping bags.
And parents love that angle. Anything that's like good for the environment, they're into it.
Facts. All right, so we've got t-shirts, socks, blankets, hats, phone cases, stickers, tote bags. What's the step-by-step for someone who wants to do this?
Okay, step 1, pick your product. Something people actually want and use.
Don't try to sell something nobody needs. Like, I don't know, custom shoe insoles. Nobody's buying that from a kid.
Right. Step 2, create your designs. You can use Canva, or if you're artistic, draw them yourself and scan them.
Canva is free, by the way. You don't need Photoshop or fancy software. Canva has templates for everything.
Step 3, make a brochure. Show pictures of your products, list the prices, and put your contact information.
And make it look good. People judge things by how they look. Use nice fonts, good images, make it professional.
Step 4, print it out and distribute it. Go door to door in your neighborhood, or leave them in mailboxes, or hand them out at school.
And here's a pro tip. Use sidewalk chalk to advertise. Write custom t-shirts, see brochure, with an arrow pointing to your house.
Yes, sidewalk chalk is free advertising, and it's eye-catching.
Step 5.
Collect orders and money up front. This is key. Don't spend your own money until you know people want it.
That's called pre-selling, and it's how you avoid losing money. You're not risking anything because you already got paid.
Step 6. Order your products from a print-on-demand site. There's tons of them. Printful, Custom Cat, whatever. Just upload your designs and they handle the rest.
And they ship it directly to you, so you don't have to deal with manufacturing or inventory.
Step 7. Deliver every Friday. Or whatever day you pick. Just be consistent.
Consistency builds trust. If people know they can count on you, they'll keep ordering.
And step 8. Save your money. Don't blow it all on candy and video games.
Put it in a savings account or invest it back into your business. Buy better designs, order in bigger bulk, expand your product line.
Exactly. Treat it like a real business, not just a one-time thing.
Because it can be a real business. Sadie's proof of that. All right, Sadie, before we wrap up, what's the biggest lesson you've learned from building Little Mugsters?
I think it's that you don't need permission to start. Like, I didn't ask anyone if I was allowed to start a business. I just did it.
That's powerful. A lot of kids think they have to wait until they're older or they need someone's approval, but you just started.
Yeah? And honestly, adults were way more supportive than I thought they'd be. Like, nobody laughed at me or told me I was too young. They were impressed.
Because you were taking initiative. You were solving a problem. People respect that, no matter how old you are.
Exactly. So my advice is just start. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Just make a brochure and knock on some doors.
And the worst thing that can happen is someone says no. Big deal. Move on to the next door.
Right. You only need a few people to say yes to get started.
Love that. All right, Sadie Ray, founder of Little Mugsters and future coffee shop owner. Thank you so much for being on Tallie Talks. You're an inspiration, and I expect a free coffee when you open that shop.
Deal. Thanks for having me, Tallie.
All right, moneymakers, that's episode 2 of Tallie Talks. If Sadie can turn a brochure into a coffee empire, you can turn your ideas into reality. Pick your product, make your brochure, grab some sidewalk chalk, and start hustling. The world is waiting for what you've got to offer. I'm Tallie Pennyworth, and I'll catch you next week with another kid who's out here making moves. Peace.